Hey everybody, this is Matt here. In this video I'm going to go through the basic setup of the Akaso Brave 7 action camera. Okay, you can see I have it here on a tripod. It's just simply mounted on the tripod in its frame. So now I'm going to press the power button on top of the camera, the action camera itself, and press it now. Hold down for a couple seconds, and now it's turning on. And you can see now on the screen there, I hope you can see that pretty well. The language is English. English is highlighted there. That's obviously the language I want. So now I'm going to press that check mark in the upper left, upper right, pardon me. There's a check mark there on the screen in the upper right corner. Now I gotta set the year. It's actually March 14th now, but which is the 3rd of the 14th of the 3rd. But now I'm gonna swipe up to 2026. There it is there. Excellent. So now I'm gonna press that check mark in the upper right again. Okay, I'm gonna go with the 24-hour clock here on the left. See that, the 24-hour clock, and I'm gonna go with today's time, which is about 3. So that's 15:30. I find there might be a few bugs in this clock, okay, which is why I kind of like the 24-hour clock. So yeah, it's about 3:30 now. So I'll press that check mark in the upper right. Okay, now there's a few messages on the screen that I'll go through. Swipe down to access the shortcut menu. Okay, so I'll tap the screen. Swipe up to access the specification settings. Tap the screen now. Swipe right to switch modes quickly. Okay, now I can tap the screen. Swipe left to access the playback screen. Now I'll tap the screen again. And you see the icon in the bottom left, and the message says tap to access the selected mode. So now I'll tap the screen again. Okay, please download and install the Akaso Go app on the App Store or Google Play. You don't really necessarily have to do that. Don't worry about that too much. If you want to, you can download it to your smartphone or whatever. But you should be fine without it. As a matter of fact, I'm probably not going to download it either. So now I'm going to tap the screen again. You can see start enjoying your 4K camera. And the little icon there says go. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to tap the screen again. Perfect. Now you can see we're ready to begin recording in 4K video at 30 frames a second. Now, I'm going to show you something here that's crucial here in the left of the screen there. You see the microphone there, it's green. I don't think you can see the color very well because of the lighting here, but you can see it's displayed in green. That means the camera will record audio with the video. Okay. Now, but if I press it, and now it's turned white, okay, that means I won't record any audio. It may differ slightly on your camera, because your firmware version may be different, your software version may be slightly different on your camera, depending on when your camera came off the assembly line, but I can't see it being too different. And as a matter of fact, you may want to take a couple test recordings before you restart recording. I would recommend that. So I'm going to press my microphone again to make sure it's green. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now it's green, it's ready to record audio, but be mindful of that microphone there. And it may be slightly different with the Akaso's external microphone. For example, the microphone may be red instead of green. I've ordered one of the Akaso external microphones, and I'll be making a video on that in the future. Okay, now you can see it's 4K 30 frames a second, but now I want to show you how to turn on the image stabilization. So I'm going to swipe up here. I'm going to tap image stabilization now. Okay. Yeah, the screen can be kind of unresponsive sometimes. It's really... Okay, there we go. So you can see that for yourself there. It can be kind of unresponsive sometimes. Now, and you may want to use your opposite hand, or just be patient. So I'll swipe up now to normal. Okay, now the electronic image stabilization has been turned on. So now I'm going to press the arrow on the upper left. Perfect. Now image stabilization is on. So now I'm going to swipe down this menu. Okay, perfect. Now, it's important to remember that normally you wouldn't turn on image stabilization if the camera is mounted on a tripod, okay? But for the sake of this demonstration, I have it turned on. Now to get back to that icon in the bottom left there, you can see it's a camcorder. I'm going to press that now. And you can see we're under the video tab in the upper left, and we're ready to take, press that again. And you can see the video tab there. And you can see we're under the video tab in the upper left. It doesn't stay on the screen very long, does it? And we can go through these video, down to the playback menu. Sorry about that. Okay, swipe that down. I'll press the icon in the bottom left. I can go through video, time-lapse video, hyperlapse video, and slow motion video. You have several options there, but obviously video is probably most likely what you're going to want to use most of the time. That's just standard regular video recording, okay? And in the upper right, you can see take photo there. So I'm going to press the icon in the bottom left again to access that. Take photo. Yeah, take photo or time-lapse photo, okay? But normally you're going to want the simple photo. So that's fine. So now I'll swipe up to get back to the recording menu. And you can see the little picture camera icon in the bottom left of the screen. But I want to keep video on the screen, so I'm going to press that icon now. I'll press video in the upper left and swipe up. So I'm ready to film regular video at 4K 30 frames a second with image stabilization on, with the electronic image stabilization on. So now I'm going to swipe down, and you can see a new menu appears on the screen. You can see that little icon there in the bottom center. See that? Preferences. I'm going to press that now. Okay, I want to show you the firmware version of this camera. Until I see general settings, I'm going to press general settings now. And you can see we're under universal, under general settings, and I'm going to swipe up. And there's about. I'm going to press about. And you can see the brand, Akaso model, Brave 7, soft version, Brave 7 underscore 2023 1227 underscore V3.2.6. That's the software version. The soft version, basically the firmware that was installed on this camera at the time it came off the assembly line. So your camera may be slightly different. There may be some variation in the menus with your camera depending on when it rolled off the assembly line. Okay, I'll leave that at the beginning of the video and the end of the video here so you can see the soft version again. So I'm going to press the arrow in the upper left, swipe down and press the arrow in the upper left. That brought us back to preferences. Now I'll press the arrow in the upper left. Okay, perfect. Now we're back to the icon menu there. So I'm going to swipe up. Perfect. That brought me back to the shooting screen. I'm ready to start recording. Perfect. Now, remember the microphone on the left when you're in video mode, when you're in regular video mode. I don't think the camera can actually record audio. I'm pretty certain the camera can actually record audio when you're going with time-lapse video, okay? But remember the microphone is green to record audio and white to not record audio. As I may have said earlier, it may be different with the external microphone. I've ordered an external microphone. I will do a video on that in the future. But I would certainly recommend when you're in video mode, certainly record a few test videos to get a feel for it, to get used to it. I think that's a great idea. Always make sure you do a few test recordings with your new camera. Alright, well, if you have any questions, you can ask them in the comment section. I'll answer all I can. I'll get back to you when I can. Thank you all very much for watching, and thank you for your time.